Okay, here we're going to score and fold a loop. It's really important to understand where the straight lines, the solid lines are on a loop. This is a solid line right here. We have another one here and another one here, which gives us 4 loops on one piece of paper. I'm gonna go ahead and cut on the solid line here. Remember, we cut on solid lines and we score on dotted lines. So on a loop, we only have 2 lines that we need to score. It is very important that you score these before you cut it. And remember, if you do not have cardboard under your paper, you are simply connecting lines, connecting the dots. You are not scoring. Use a straight edge, put significant force on it, and go ahead and trace on here. Now before I start cutting, it's important that I fold, always having the black lines on the outside. It's a lot easier to control and know where you're cutting. So we're gonna fold these lines, fold on the dotted lines. And now that I have my loop looking like this, now I can start cutting. So if we cut on the solid lines, we're gonna go ahead and cut them just on the solid lines. We're gonna cut on the solid lines. And you don't have to cut them all at once. I like to usually cut about 5 on one side and 5 on the other. But we're gonna go ahead and cut all the way down this side, making sure that they're still turned upwards. And then I'm gonna cut the other side on just on the solid line. And this gray part right here that we see, these triangles, those are going to be very important to let us know where we have to tape and what we have to cover to make sure that our loop is the correct position, so that when our marble has all that momentum, that it's actually a circle and not like an oval. So now that we've got all of our solid lines cut, this is where the difficult part starts. I like to place the tape on the inside of the roller coaster. Get a couple pieces of tape ready. You place the tape on the inside of the roller coaster where you see the gray part. So you've got the tape on the inside where the gray is. Then I take the next piece and I hide the gray and I let the tape stick. I take the next piece and hide the gray and let the piece stay there. Now I'm gonna leave this piece of tape facing up. I'm not gonna fold it down because then I will actually lose my curve. Again, I'm gonna put the tape here on the back where the gray is. I'm gonna cover the gray and stick it there, and then I'm gonna cover the gray and stick it and adhere the tape. Now I've got these 2 pieces of tape sitting here. I'm gonna just go ahead and snip the tape so that when I fold it over, it doesn't fold the paper down. I actually have a side that my marble cannot fall out of. Now, instead of continuing, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side as well. So I need to flip it around and continue with my method of doing this, which is you put the tape on where the gray side is, on the inside. You hide the gray and you stick. And then you hide the gray and then you stick. And we Ran out of tape for this one, so we just need another piece. Put it behind where the gray is. Hide the gray and push it down, and hide the gray and push it down. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the other side by snipping this tape in a couple pieces. We're gonna fold it over. And you can see that we've got the beginnings of a really good loop.